So tonight I watched my 69th Joan Crawford movie. 69. I'm missing 3 films that she did in the 60s and 13 of her silents, and then I've seen every single Joan Crawford movie. I'm very excited. It's gonna happen. I'm just plunking away. The 60s ones I know I can get a hold of because they're all on home video, but the silents I think aren't, and I don't know what to do, but I'll figure it out. So anyways, but I've seen all of her films from like 1929 to like the mid 60s. And I've seen her last film, but so, anyways, because this film that I watched tonight was from the 40s, and it was the only one left from the 30s, 40s, and 50s that I hadn't seen. So 3 decades of Joan down. This one obviously being Delmer Daves' 1944 musical romantic comedy, Hollywood Canteen, wherein Joan Crawford plays herself and wears a cat. Yes, she wears a cat. I'm not going to expand on that. You're going to have to watch it. Or go to my Twitter where I posted a picture of her wearing the cat. So the film is a fictionalized account of the Hollywood Canteen. The Hollywood Canteen being a real place founded in Hollywood by Bette Davis and John Garfield, called Johnny in this movie. Very sweet. The two of them play themselves. Several other people play themselves, including, but not limited to, Joan Leslie, who is a main plot point. I'll get to that. The Andrews sisters, Jack Benny, Joey Brown, Eddie Cantor, Kitty Carlisle, Jack Carson, Joan Crawford, as I mentioned, Faye Emerson, Sidney Greenstreet, Alan Hale, Paul Reed, Peter Lorre, Ida Lupino, Dorothy Malone, Dennis Morgan, Janice Page, Eleanor Parker, Roy Rogers with Trigger, S.C. Sakal, Zachary Scott. I love Zachary Scott. Alexis Smith, Barbara Stanwyck, who almost steals the movie. Her scene is so fucking good. Jane Wyman, Jimmy Dorsey, and the Golden Gate Quartet. There's also some dancers. What were these dancers' names? There were some dancers that were really cool, and I can't for the life of me remember what their name was, but they were so good. Anyways, a great film. So the main plot is that there are these GIs in the South Pacific, Robert Hutton and Dane Clark, and they're watching this movie, and Robert Hutton is talking about how he keeps confusing his girlfriend, who hasn't written to him for 14 months, so she's probably not his girlfriend, with Joan Leslie. And then they watch this Joan Leslie movie, and they're like, actually, you know what, I just like Joan Leslie. And so they end up in Hollywood in between going back into the service, and they make their way to the Hollywood Canteen, where Robert Hutton tells everyone he loves Joan Leslie, and so all the Hollywood stars collude to get Joan Leslie and him together, and then it sort of makes it seem like they're going to have like this romance, but it's obviously fake, because Joan Leslie and Robert Hutton fake, Robert Hutton's an actor, so it's one of those like, it seems like it could be real, but it's not really real because Joan Leslie's playing fake Joan Leslie. Layers and layers in there. This kind of movie that like someone like David Lynch, I'm sure, really digs, because it's so surreal, with the real people playing fictionalized versions of the real them in a real place that existed, but with fake people who are actors playing real people, and the layers in there, And so the film was not that great as a film, like with a 3-act structure kind of thing, where it's like, this is what happens. But there's moments that are great. The Joan Crawford part is hilarious. The Barbara Stanwyck part is great. Getting to see these pop culture acts and what people really loved in the mid-40s, fantastic. So as like a time capsule piece, it's pretty cool, especially when you think that it was a film made basically to be a fundraiser for the Hollywood Canteen. So it's the kind of thing that would normally be like a variety show, but instead they made like a variety movie, but tried to give it a plot. So it works. I watched it on TCM, #TCMHQ, but you could also, I think you can get it from Warner Brothers and sometimes it's on Warner Archive Instant. So it's easily findable, whatever, easily accessible. John Garfield, what a good guy. Okay, just thinking about movies. Oh, I also am not doing a whole video review, but a couple days ago I watched the David Lynch Dumbland shorts. I'm not a big fan of them. I just didn't quite get what he was trying to do, but I do love David Lynch, so, you know, you win some, you lose some. So, anyways, this was Hollywood Canteen. That was Dumbland. I need to, I'm obviously not watching as many movies as I had been. I don't know if I'm ever going to get back to a pace of, like, a movie a day. I'll probably try to shoot for 2 or 3 a week. Call it good. I got sleep to do, you know? So, yes, Hollywood Canteen, 1944, from Delmer Daves, starring Betty Davis and John Garfield as themselves, as well as Joan Leslie, Robert Hutton, and Dane Clark, with an amazing little cameo from my queen, Joan Crawford.